This question was submitted again by MV Munez on Instagram. So lots of great saddle fitting questions coming from you. So they would like to know the pros and cons of adjustable tree saddles, things to look for and avoid in adjustable saddles. Great question and a hot topic.
Yes, adjustable tree saddles. There are a few companies that offer adjustable trees. Some with a gullet system where you would take the gullet out and replace it with something different. Some have the key that turns, which will open and close.
Yep.
And then some are actually done by heat.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I've never seen those ones.
Yes. For those that are done by heat, I would recommend calling the manufacturer and finding out who they would recommend to do that, because they would have people that they work with. It's not something that the consumer can do themselves. Okay. It has to be done by somebody who is trained to do it. But the manufacturer would be able to give you that information. The gullet system is easy for the public and the consumer to do.
Actually, I think we have one back here. Do you want me? I'll show you guys what one looks like real quick. My little side of props here. It's like one of these guys.
Right.
Okay.
Right. They will be different colors for different widths.
Okay.
Super easy, so at least they're not all the same color. Like American money is all the same size.
Yes.
And the same color.
Yes.
I get so confused.
Oh, you're like tipping $100 when you think it's only $1?
Our money is different sizes and different colors.
That does make it easier.
Right? So different sizes, different colors.
You guys are onto something.
Yes. So you can easily take the gullet out and put a different one in. Usually there's about 6 different widths, from narrow right the way through to extra wide.
Okay.
So for a horse that's young and growing and going to keep changing,
going through those awkward stages.
Yeah, super useful for that scenario.
The one thing I think though is we were kind of talking about earlier. We did a lovely training for our customer care team earlier, so I do have a little bit of inside information on some of these. But you did mention that with the adjustable gullet, so you're only changing the front of the saddle.
Correct.
So as far as if you do have a horse who's growing, that might be great, but you might have a little bit of issue because you're not also adjusting what the back of the saddle is.
Correct. So you're only opening or closing the points of the tree. That is just in this area here. That's all that is adjustable. You can't change the seat, you can't change the width or length or anything like that. It is only opening and closing the points to give you the different widths over the withers. So if your saddle is wool, sometimes you can reflock or add a little bit of wool to help balance the saddle, because if you change the front, usually you have to make some adjustments at the back. So,
because to your point, like if a horse is getting older, they're not only just getting bigger on the shoulder, they're getting bigger through the midsection as well.
Right. So if the saddle is wool, it would be nice to have that taken care of as well to keep that saddle balanced. If the saddle is not wool, we can also use our friendly correction pad.
Which we did talk about in a previous video on how to add shims to the pads to kind of balance it out. So definitely make sure to check that one out.
Yes. So super useful tool.
Would you also maybe adjust it for someone who is, leasing one horse one year, going to be leasing another horse, so therefore they can like kind of adjust it?
Yes.
From horse to horse?
Definitely. That is definitely a good idea. Absolutely. I think for people who are riders, they have the one saddle and they're riding 8 horses a day.
Yeah.
They're not. Are you really going to stop and change the gullet every single time?
And if you are, probably kudos not. To you.
Yes. I wouldn't.
Fair.
It's time and fiddling, and it's just you would just want to get the rides done. So I would probably go with a correction pad as well.
Perfect.
Just to help. But they are a great tool especially for young horses that are growing.
So younger horse growing, or if you're going to be like leasing one horse for one season, leasing another horse for another year, that we can keep one saddle and just adjust it.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, hopefully that helps you out, and let us know how those changing the gullets go out for you.